Hello everybody, welcome back to part 2 of this interview. My today's interview partner is still Massimo Valerii from Italy, the president of KNX Italy. Hi Massimo. And my second part of this interview, or the second part of this interview actually, is looking at worldwide developments in terms of digitalization. Why digitalization? I read in a recent study that was conducted amongst all the G20 countries how the digitalization process has moved on. And especially one country, actually two countries were mentioned multiple times. One country was France, the other country was Italy, for the advancements that they have done in the last 2 to 3 years. I guess so you also have experienced what that means. Paying online is easier, online services are made better accessible compared to 2 to 3 years ago. And my question here, or like what I would like to talk with you about is like, how does that actually affect, considering that many smart home devices are also communicating via IP? How does the digitalization impact, or like how does it affect the market of smart homes and smart buildings in terms of the Italian market, but also since you have the insight in the global market? What is your take on the whole digitalization?
What I can say, of course, digitalization and energy efficiency, because it's a close argument, directive from Europe. So it's a push to proceed in that direction. We believe that digitalization will be really very important in Italy because we have really a low digitalization in our buildings. For sure, this period of emergency, of sanitary emergency, produce an improvement on the network of digitalization, sorry, and an improvement on the technologies and infrastructure inside the buildings, also inside the small buildings like smart home. What can we say? For sure, digitalization is an opportunity for KNX. Because we have a lot of problems implementing building and automation solutions, because we don't have a good connection. We don't have a good interaction between the buildings. We have difficult access to this kind of connectivity. So it's an important engine, I can say. I'm really sure that KNX could be the enabling technology for a sustainable and digital building. We have also in Italy some special situations, because the Italian government give in this moment for the next 2 years a lot of incentives in terms, maybe the super bonus 110 is one of the best incentives in Italy, and this kind of incentive push the installation, the energy efficiency of the building, but push also the installation of a building automation system referring to the energy efficiency improvement. We have also a lot of incentives in mobility. People who want to exchange the car, want to move to an electric car, have a lot of incentives. And we have also incentives in installing the wall box inside the domestic building. So we have some important incentive in this moment. And they will long about 3 or 4 years, maybe. We hope.
What is the status amongst, like, so from your point of view, you've also seen, because all the developments, communication between the buildings. This is what I wanted to also ask you. Do you see the growth that we have, like, more buildings interconnected and they are communicating with one another? Or is this still something to come in Italy?
Really, intercommunication between buildings. I don't see in this moment this kind of need in the Italian market, with the exception of commercial building, some building of big companies, or companies which have a lot of branches. So we don't see the need to connect. The IoT technology are with the exception of these kind of small toys, I can say, the small technology that you can buy as a consumer. There is no so big interest to interconnect the building. The building between them. There is an important attention to the remote control of the building, of course. What I can see as a rising need is the interconnection of apartments inside the building, because we have a lot of incentive also in this field for energy communities. Italy is really growing up in energy communities. There are a lot of from the government, a lot of directives in order to build energy community. So I can say, to implement an energy community, you have to connect homes, but inside the same building. This is a market that is growing up, but the connection between buildings, it's not now a need in the market.
I think we could now fight about, like, the right terminology, like connecting buildings, connecting homes. But I like your term that you used, energy communities, because that is actually also one point that is also part of what we as KNX are trying to promote in terms of energy management, so that you have, like, a proper management amongst different households, but also buildings, so that you can, of course, have a good balanced grid, so that you don't have any bottlenecks. Because you pointed it out, many people might now have the incentives to buy, like, new cars run on, like, electricity. And therefore, I think that the term energy community is actually the right term to be used here. So great. It's also great to see that the government is actually pushing what we are currently promoting as KNX under the term, of course, energy management.
Yes, the government is promoting automation, building automation. Inside these directives that promote the energy efficiency. I can say the driver is the energy efficiency at the moment. And the other driver is the refurbish of a building. But I mean, the industry, the Italian industry, reached the result to make mandatory the installation of building automation system. If you want incentive, and if you want to implement an energy efficiency system, you have to install building automation system. We don't speak about technology, because as you can say, the government doesn't speak about standards or kind of technology. But he pushed the technology, the building automation technology.
All right, Good. Then I would say thank you very much. That actually gave a very great insight into the market and also like how all the topics of energy management already play a big role in Italy. Therefore, I would say thank you very much for taking your time. For everybody who would like to learn more about KNX Italy, please check out the website of KNX Italy, which is www.knx.it. And for, of course, questions, please feel free to leave a comment below, hit the like and subscribe button. And we are very looking forward to welcoming you soon to the next interviews. Thank you very much, Valerii and Massimo Valerii, and we see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you to KNX Association, and good afternoon to everybody.
Bye-bye.